Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So in the previous class in this chapter, that is pollution of air and water, we were talking about that of the water pollution, and we have understood that how water get polluted. What are the reasons behind the reason behind that of the water pollution? That will include the sewage, how even the rivers are getting polluted, and what are the different actions that has been taken by the government. Now today we will see what is potable water and how is water purified. Potable. So before that we just see that what is the activity. Although we had discussed this activity, in this activity student we have taken two plastic bottles, and these two plastic bottle will be cut into two halves at the center. So we will cut it into two halves, and then we will use that of the upper half as a funnel by putting it upside down in the lower half. Obviously the upper half, which when we kept it at upside down in the lower half, it behaved like a funnel. Now we have to make layer in it by keeping the paper napkin or fine cloth, which is followed by cotton, sand and even gravel. So we will going to make layer of a cotton, sand and then gravel. Now when we pour the dirty water through the filter, then we will found that the water which is coming through that of the cotton, then sand and then gravel, it is now filtered water. It means this water get filtered with the layer which is present there. Okay, so this is one of the method by which we can filter the water. Now the question is that why do we need to filter water before drinking? What is the need? Why we are filtering the water? Where do you get your drinking water from, and what will happen if you drink polluted water? So second one is that okay, there is a need of a filter water, and from where we get the filter water. Third one, that what will happen if suppose we will not drink the unfiltered water or a polluted water. Now let us see here. Bujo is very upset. He tells Paheli that he drank water which looked clear and that was without any smell. But still he fell sick. Then Paheli explained that water which looks clean may still have a disease carrying microorganisms and dissolved impurities. So it is essential to purify water before drinking. For example, by boiling. You see students, water can be purified on the basis of the different treatment. We used to give different treatment to the polluted water, and this treatment not only include the physical and chemical treatment but the biological treatment also. So here Paheli, she is talking about that only, that maybe the water is cleared, it means it do not consisting of any dust or dirt or sand in it, or it does not consist of any chemical in it due to which the water is not giving any kind of a smell. But yes, still no biological treatment has been given to the water. That is why the water may consisting of a microorganism, and due to which Bujo get sick. And this happens students, the water seems that it is clear, but maybe the water is not clear, consisting of a microorganism in it, due to which a person falls sick. Now here, water which is suitable for drinking is called potable water. It means the water which is clean, which is free from any odor, and which is also free from any microorganism. Such kind of a water is called as a potable water. It means such kind of a water is suitable for drinking. So water which is suitable for drinking, it is called as a potable water. You have seen how various physical and chemical processes in the sewage treatment plant help to clean water before discharging it into water bodies. Yes, when we talk about that before uh, sending the sewage into the river bodies, into the water bodies directly, we must give the physical and the chemical treatment to it. So, the treatment of the sewage treatment into that of the clean water before discharging it into the water bodies, that is really important, and that will include the physical and the chemical processes. Similarly, municipal bodies treat the water before supplying it to household. So, like we have seen that the sewage, when it is discharged into the water bodies, it undergoes the physical and the chemical process. Similarly, the municipal bodies, they also treat the water before sending it to the household. Obviously, the water which is coming to our household, it must be not only clean physically or chemically, even the biologically, uh, um, but yes, yeah, biologically it means it must be free from any kind of a microorganism that can cause disease to us. So it is really important that the water which is coming or which is supplied to the household uh, must be a suitable or a potable water. Do you know world population is without safe drinking water? 25% of the world population is without safe drinking water. Let us see how water can be made safe for drinking. So the first one, you have already seen how water is filtered. So this is the physical method of removing impurities. A popular household filter is a candle type filter. Yeah, we can use the filter. See, first of all, how can you make a water, a drinking water, a safe drinking water? So I told you physical method, chemical method, and the biological. It means at first we have to remove all the dust, dirt which is present in the water itself. Okay, so first of all we will going to remove all the impurities which is present in it. Okay, and for removing that we must use a candle. The candle, we must use a candle, and that candle will help in filtering uh, the water which is filtering the dust or the dirt or any kind of physical impurities which is present in the water can be removed with the help of the filter. So this is the first point. Second one, many households use boiling as a method for obtaining the safe drinking water. Boiling kills the germs present in the water. So the second method is the biological method, by the help of which we can clean the water by killing the germs which is present in the water. So one of the method which is really very common, student, is the boiling. You have seen your mother also used to boil the water in order to kill the germs which is present in the water. Okay, so high temperature, that is not good for the survival of the germs. So boiling water help in killing the germs present in it. Okay, so this is the second one. Then third one is chlorination. Chlorination is commonly used chemical method, especially for purifying water, and it is done by adding chlorine tablet or a bleaching powder to the water. Yes, addition of a chlorine water and addition of the bleaching powder to the water, that will help in killing the germs also, as well as it help in removing the any kind of a foul odor which is the part of the water. So The third one is the chemical method by which we can purify the water by adding the chlorine tablets as well as, or we can use the bleaching powder. See student, when we talk about the bleaching powder, here we are talking about the chlorine only, because bleaching powder consisting of a chlorine. So either we can use the chlorine tablet or we can use the bleaching powder to the water in order to clean it, and this process is called as chlorination. Okay, so chlorination is a method which is used for purifying the water. So we must be cautious. We should not use more chlorine tablet than specified. Yes, absolutely. More chlorine tablet will increases the chemical again in the water. That's why it is important that we must not use the more amount of a chlorine tablet. What can be done? So what are the things that we can do in order to remove the water pollution? So see here, investigate the level of awareness about water pollution in your area. Collect data on the sources of the drinking water and the method of sewage disposal. What are the common waterborne diseases in the community? You can consult your local doctor, health worker for this. Which are the governmental and non-governmental organizations working in this field? What are the measures being taken by them for generating awareness? So, what are the things that we can do? The first one that we must see that in your area, how many people are there who are very much aware about the water pollution. We must collect data regarding that what are the different sources of the drinking water, as well as what are the different methods by which the water get disposed or the sewage water disposed. You know that there are two pipes are there. One which is coming to our houses, and the other which used to take all the waste material from our house. So we must know, we must collect both of the source of water and source of a drinking water and method of a sewage disposal. Then what are the diseases that can be caused because of these water? And what are the organizations, NGOs, non-governmental organization or even the governmental organization which is working in this field? And if they are working, what are the different measures that they have taken in order to generate awareness regarding the water pollution in the people? So this is the first thing that we can do, collect the data. Second, laws for industrial unit should be strictly implemented so that the polluted water is not disposed of directly into the river and lakes. Yes, industrial unit, industries, they are the major source of the water pollution, because they used to dispose all the waste material, industrial waste material, which include the toxic chemicals, into the water, even the dirty water which consisting of the microorganism. So they used to dispose of directly all the waste material into the river and lake, and due to which a huge percentage, a huge amount of the water get polluted. So we must implement the laws for all the industries strictly, so that they must follow it, and so that proper treatment of the water can occur before disposing it into the river or the lakes. Then water treatment plant should be installed in all the industrial areas. Absolutely. In the industrial areas, water treatment is really important, student, because this is not only the unit where the water get disposed of in the river and lake, but the water is also supplied to the people. Okay, and absolutely, if the water treatment plant will be not there, The water which is supplied to the people, they will also receive the toxic water, or the water which is polluted, and that will going to harm them. That will cause a lot of a disease to the people. So it is really important that water treatment plant should be installed in the industrial areas. At our individual level, we should consciously save water and not waste it. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. It should be our mantra. Yes, we must reduce, we must reuse, or recycle 3 R's. That must be there in order to prevent, in order to remove the pollution. So as an individual, we must be very conscious regarding the saving water, and regarding the consequences that happens if the water get waste. And we must be aware regarding 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Think of your daily routine. How can you save water? We can think of creative ideas like reusing water used for washing and for other household tasks. So, a lot of creative ideas are there by which we can reuse water for washing and even for the household purpose. For example, water used for washing vegetables may be used for water plant in the garden. This is one of the methods, students, that the water with which we use to wash vegetable, instead of throwing that water outside or throwing it through water, we can simply use that water, and we can put that water up in the garden. So we can utilize the same water for the planting. So this is one of the method by which we can save water. Second one, the other thing are there, like water can be like, even students, we must use bucket instead of shower. We the water which we use for cleaning, instead of using pipes, we can clean the water, clean the house with cloth. So all these things are what? These are the small things by which we can conserve or preserve water. And you know that why is it so? Because the percentage of the water is really less. The percentage of fresh water available for everyone to drink, that is very less. And the water pollution, it is making it worse. So it is really important that we must save water or preserve water. Pollution. Pollution is no longer a distant phenomenon. It's affecting the quality of our daily life. Unless we all realize our responsibilities and start using environment-friendly processes, the very survival of our planet is in danger. So here we have talked about that of the pollution, students. We have seen that how air pollution, how water pollution is affecting us. So there is no longer distance phenomena for this. And this is affecting the quality, and obviously in case of a water, we will say its quantity also. So the number of a pollutant will be more, that will going to degrade the quality of air as well as of the water. And ultimately this will going to affect us only, students, because unless we realizes our responsibility regarding that environment friendly, unless we are very much aware of our responsibilities, our planet, it will remain in danger. Obviously, if we are not aware regarding the pollution, so the quality keeps on decreasing, and yes, that will also problematic for all the living organism, and that will be a problem for the survival of the living organism on this planet. So it is really important that we must know, aware of the pollution, and try to prevent it. Okay.